Hey guys, welcome to Sidekick Offroad, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you why we're going to be saying goodbye to Clyde. I was going to start it up, move it, do some nice, have a nice background for this video, but it's dead, and it's really cold. I don't even know the temperature, but it's freaking cold. So we're going to just leave it here and talk about why we're saying goodbye to this version of Clyde, and we're going to be revamping it into Clyde 2.0. And I want you guys to leave down in the comments what you think, and if I'm making a bad decision. But I think for what I'm gonna do with it, I'm making a good decision. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, for those of you that are new to the channel, this is my 1997 Geo Tracker that we refer to as Clyde. It's a 97 Geo Tracker on Toyota axles. It's got a 1.6/16 valve, stock transmission, got transfer case gears, it's locked front and rear. This thing does some good work. It's got Toyota rears up front and F-150 springs in the rear. It does great. It's time to make some change. As cool as the buggy looks, and I love it, it's gonna have to change. So here soon, I'm gonna be in the market for a whole different body. I would prefer to have a two-door soft top configuration, and prefer it to be like 96 or newer so that I can keep this style dash and stuff. Basically, I'm just looking for the body. I don't need anything else, because everything else is gonna stay the same except for the body. Here's why. The first reason is, well, this big open space. I really want to have doors, and it's not possible. Mainly because I know this is bashed in, this is cut off, that's the rocker's bashed in. I'll never be able to get doors on it. And here in the Pacific Northwest, on the other side of the state, it's raining 200 days out of the year. And on this side of the state, it's just freaking cold. And I want to be more protected from the elements, and not having doors isn't going to do it for me. Yeah, the exo cage is cool. That's the first reason I want to change to a different body so I can actually have doors. Another reason is kind of an aesthetics thing for me. I want to have front fenders. Yeah, they're going to be chopped up, but I want to have front fenders. I can't put them on this one unless I cut this tube out, put it on, but then again, all this stuff, is just bashed up. It's been seen better days. It's just time to revamp it. The rear doesn't bug me. It's probably going to end up looking like this on the other body whenever I find one. Maybe less of a straight cut, maybe more, have an arch to it, and then I'll fabricate something for the gas door on the other side. I am a body man. I do a lot of body work, so I can make some things happen. So third reason is, like I said, it rains a lot, and I want to have a roof. I have one. I built a roof for it. I built a roof for the rear, but then people can't get in and out of it, so I took it off. And then when I took it off, somebody ripped their hand open on that. So it's kind of dangerous. Plus, I had two people back here. We got stuck on a hill, and I almost rolled it backwards. And their heads probably sit here above the cage. It's not safe at all. Shoot, almost fell. Although I will miss the way it looks from the back here. It looks really cool. I do want to have, the swing out tailgate, have storage back here, keep things dry in the winter. And just, actually have a purpose. And taillights would be nice, because those don't work. The fourth reason being is the way that this cage is built with this harness bar. I could take it out, remake it. I don't want to. The reason why I would have to cut and take it out is because the seat does not go back far enough for me. I'm 6'3", and my knees hit the dash. And really, that sucks. It's uncomfortable. The experience isn't fun at that point. So I want to be able to build an internal cage where I can put some aftermarket seats in it that I can move back further so it fits for me. I think I'm on the 5th reason. I'm not sure. Another reason is a lot of the stuff in the cab is just destroyed. You know, the seat is trashed. Right now it's held up by a 2x6. The 2x6 has done me well, but it's time to have a new body, you know, so I have a good floor to work with. This is like rusted through, and I don't want to mess with it. If I can buy a new body fairly cheap and rework that, I'd be pretty happy. The 6th reason being is I can't fit or put a factory windshield back in here because it's so tweaked and bent and just destroyed. Now, this is just plexiglass. So you can see these are all scratches from the windshield wiper that I probably should have never put on, but I was stupid, didn't even think about it. And now, when you're inside, that's your view. And in the mud, the snow, and the rain, it sucks. 1, you're cold. 2, you can't see. And 3, it just sucks. So that is one big reason for me. So the biggest and final reason I want to do this is because I want to make it street legal. I know it's not in any state to even be close to it right now, but with a new body, I'm one step forward. I'll have a normal front grille and normal headlights. You can build off of that. I can have taillights and doors and mirrors and all the good stuff and be able to drive it on the road. I am missing so many adventures that involve road in between, and it sucks. I want to be able to do those things. I want to be able to drive this places I want to. Yes, I want a full-born, you know, rock crawler, but for the things I do, that's just not for me. This is still going to be a crazy rock crawler and do anything I want it to, except it's going to be street legal and I can drive it to the grocery store when I want to. So how we are going to achieve making this street legal is putting a different body on it, you know, cutting it up, make it look cool. I'm going to paint it. I have a color I want to paint it. I won't tell you the color. You know, honestly, I don't even have a body yet. I can't even find one. But I have a nice color in mind. And I'll just tell you the bumpers and stuff will be like a silver. I think it's going to be a good color scheme. On the journey to making it more street legal, we're going to be changing quite a few things. First being, it's going to have an internal cage. I honestly think some of this stuff can be reused, and I can put it on the inside of a new body and just build it really tight, keep things kind of spacious in here. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it leaf sprung in the rear, but I'm going to figure out how to lower the center of gravity a bit. I've always felt comfortable in it. I've never felt like I'm going to tip over, but I want to lower it just a hair, you know, maybe an inch, maybe 2. We'll see. And then in the rear, we're going to rebuild this rear axle, just put new seals in it. And I have a truss for it. I just been too lazy to put on, you know, redo the breathers and stuff because I just noticed that's gone. Redo the shocks because this needs to be done. So now we'll move to the front. The things we're going to do in the front, because this is where the street legal aspect's going to come into play. I'm not going to say street legal, but making it streetable. Because this front end, the way it's built, it'll never go down the road faster than like 5 miles an hour. Because you'll probably just crash and die, and that's no fun. And yeah. So everything's going to change up here. So that's what we're going to do. Since I already have the bones to this build, it's going to be very low cost. So when time comes, we're going to ditch the front leaf springs and we're going to link the front. I already got a Toyota axle. It's already well built. I have everything to rebuild it. So I'm going to rebuild this axle and do different steering, all that, and link the front. I think it's going to be better riding, and I can get everything nice and square and not feel like I'm going to die going down the road. So basically, we'll cut off everything we don't need, build some links, do some air shocks. This thing will be ready to rock. The front bumper will stay, except these bars will be gone. So this portion, you know, the winch and all that will stay. I I will switch it to synthetic with a different fair lead. That's the only thing I'm going to change up front here. So with the rear, other than lowering it and rebuilding that axle, I'm going to leave this rear bumper, just cut everything off of it, maybe snazzy it up a little so it looks good on the new body. The reason I'm not going to go with a new bumper is because that's how these hangers are put on, and it's actually a really good setup. It works really good. But in the future, I will probably link the rear. But I'm trying to keep this revamping kind of cheap, as cheap as I can, mainly because I already have everything minus a body and links and steering. So I want a soft top. I don't want a hard top. I don't want a tin top if I can avoid it. I want a soft top. I just like the way it looks. And I'd probably build a tire carrier in the rear, but I'm not sure. And then inside, we'll build an internal cage. We already went over that. And get rid of my ridiculously long shifters that I made. That was kind of a dumb idea, honestly. The transfer case shifter works, but I want to try to do a twin stick setup in it. Everything's there. I already have a twin stick, actually. I just need to get the bracket. It's a Toyota twin stick, but I need the Suzuki adapter. So other than the cage inside, I will put a different, put this steering wheel in it, but move it more to where I want it and swap the seats. That's all I want to do with the interior. And an actual stereo that's going to be protected, because this has one, but it's an Element, so it doesn't work, and it's just junk. So that's got to go. So basically at that point, we're left with two things I want to change, and that is wheel and tire setup. I want to go down a size in tire. I have 38s. I want to put 37s on it, preferably Nitto Trail Grappler. That's what I'm looking for. And then I want to get an aluminum set of beadlocks for it. Raceline has some nice ones for fairly cheap that I like. I think would look really good. Maybe bring the stance out just a hair. And then, while we're down here, we'll put manual locking hubs back on it, because if I'm going to drive it on the road, I don't want the slugs. So then the final thing to kind of complete Clyde 2.0 would be the engine. I'm going to leave this 1.6 in it until it grenades, and then I'll probably go 2 liter. But I'm gonna, since the body's gonna come off, I'm gonna pull the motor, put all new seals in it, do a few things here and there, make it look good again, throw it back in, motor's good to go. Same with the transmission. The transfer case has already been torn apart, so throw some paint on it, make it look good, and it'll be ready to go. I'm actually going to keep these rock sliders. I'm going to just put them on and leave them on, just cut everything off like there and there. So I already have some sliders here. They're a little long. I don't want to mess with them. And these ones I've put through hell, and they've been great. The only other thing is when I'm rebuilding this front axle, I got to debate on what I want to do. If I want to leave it locked, find some kind of selectable locker. I was told that this axle has a manual locker. I don't believe it. I think it was pulled out. I should have taken it apart and looked. I think it's welded, so that's probably gonna have to change. But with manual locking hubs, I think we'll be fine. Who knows? Anyways, I know I've been rambling on, but this is my vision for Clyde 2.0, and I do plan on executing it. I really have multiple reasons why I want to do it. Like I said, I love the way it looks now, but it's time to change it up and make it more practical for my needs and for the wheeling in this area, the mud and the snow and the rain. This open concept here is not working, and it's got heat, but it just it doesn't do nothing. So anyways, thanks for watching, and if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. If you have a body, you can always message me on Sidekick Offroad on Instagram, you know, just leave it in the comments. If you think I'm making a really bad decision, you can also let me know in the comments. But it probably is not going to change what I'm going to do. But, you know, if you got a better idea, let me know. I'd love to hear it. So again, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing. Like the video if you like my idea. Dislike it if you dislike my idea. Yeah, thanks for watching.